The potent Minnesota Timberwolves versus the athletic Oklahoma City Thunder. Two division rivals ready to go on 2K Sports.
Live in Oklahoma City, we're broadcasting from the home of the Thunder with Clark Kellogg doing the analysis. This is Kevin Harlan for 2K Sports in our broadcast of the NBA. Starting five for both teams, it's the T-Mobile starting lineups. Well, it's time for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. And Clark, what's going to be the key for the Timberwolves?
Well, you may want to consider working it inside. Last year, they were near the bottom of the league in block shots. They're not a team that's going to deny you at the rim, so it might make sense to attack the paint area when you play against this team.
Clark, how about Oklahoma City? What do they need to keep in mind?
They've done an excellent job getting to the foul line an awful lot here recently. So what do you have to do? You got to make sure you make them shoot over good defense without fouling. Don't give them chances at the foul line.
Well, it makes an intriguing matchup. Thanks, Clark. And Minnesota has possession. The Thunder making the shot. Durant plays it in off the breakaway.
You know, the development of Kevin Durant as an NBA player is kind of unique. I mean, he's a big guy, a long, tall guy, 6'9", but he grew up actually learning the skills of a smaller player. And he's actually put that on display a number of times during his one-year career at Texas, and then certainly in his couple of seasons in the NBA. This is a skilled big guy who's comfortable playing out on the perimeter. Al Jefferson is a guy who came straight from high school to the NBA, but while in high school, this guy put up some big-time numbers. He averaged 42 points and 18 rebounds a game. His best high school scoring output, 66 in a game. They call him Big Al, and you know why, because he delivered.
Here's Westbrook on the mark with the fadeaway. Here's a player you like, Russell Westbrook out of UCLA.
Saw him as a freshman in college at UCLA defending Darren Collison in practice, and I said right then, barring injury, this guy is a pro and will be a good one. And defensively, he's solid. He's getting better offensively. This guy's got a bright future ahead of him.
Jefferson's shot is off.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
Here's Durant. Gets the bucket.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Minnesota with the ball. 6-point game. To the wing. Goes. Hits the quick shot.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
And here are the Thunder now. Here's Westbrook. With the forehand. And Minnesota has possession. To Jefferson, with one on the clock. The shot, no good. And the Thunder go the other way. Here's Durant, had a piece of it. Good D by Gomes. Timberwolves trail. The break is on. Wilkins, knocked loose. Stolen by the Thunder. Here's Westbrook. Gets in close. Plays it right in. He has 6.
They're really doing a nice job, a really good job of getting everything they want in this quarter. Just good, solid basketball.
Here's Westbrook. The shot is off. The Thunder with the early lead.
They're playing lockdown D, Kevin. As a coach, you can't ask for anything more.
We're at the end of one. The score, 12-4.
I'm really going to try to take advantage of our shot blocking. He said he wants to pressure the perimeter and force their players to come to the paint. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cheryl. They certainly know how to clog up the middle.
Having support inside makes defending the perimeter a lot easier, too.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. Deflects the pass. It's blocked, and he gathers the loose ball. Great play by Love. Atkins. Gomes with it.
Looks like they switched to man D here.
And here is Jefferson, guarded by Green. And Jefferson gets it to go.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
Westbrook, he gets hammered and he'll head to the line.
Russell Westbrook played 2 years of college basketball at UCLA, Kevin, and I fell in love with him there. I like his personality, I like his athleticism, and all of that has been on display in his first season in the NBA. He's a guy who's kind of brought that team together with his personality and his presence. And then on the court, you talk about a guy who can finish and defend any perimeter position and who competes hard. He's a promising young player in the backcourt for Oklahoma.
They retain possession. The Thunder with the lead. Thomas down low. Jefferson on him. From down low. With the second effort, Thomas, no good.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
Here's Gomes. He's off from three.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
Here's Thomas. Rips it down with one hand.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Minnesota with the ball. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Westbrook puts the hammer down. 9 points in the game so far.
That's how you make them pay. Solid defense results in extra opportunity.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. The Thunder changing it up. And Minnesota has possession. They trail by 11. A pass cut off by the Thunder.
Outstanding jump on the ball, Kevin. What improvisation. He turns every dunk into something special.
And Minnesota has possession. It's a 13-point game. Singila inside, working on Collison to end the run.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
Here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. The emphatic jam. 13 points in the game.
No stock stuff for him. When he throws it down hard.
Now Love. He's covered by Westbrook.
They run very few plays for him on offense, but he got it done right there.
Here's Westbrook. 13 points in the game. 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Westbrook. Pockets the three ball.
He's looking to have a big game. He did a solid job in the first, but he's building on that now here in the second.
Poked away. It's one-on-one. Lobs it up for the...
Watch out below. Run for cover, young fella. No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop him.
Here's Flynn. Misses the buzzer beater. The Thunder
have been red hot offensively.
Yeah, but we've still got 2 quarters to play. Anything can happen. And that concludes the first half. The score, 26-10. A game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway.
You know, he's really struggled this game holding on to the basketball.
And so here's Minnesota. They trail by 18. Flynn. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant, and the amount of giveaways from him, unexpected.
Totally unexpected, Kevin. I mean, you just don't look for him to turn the ball over like that. You really don't expect it from anybody. He's just having a really tough go of it.
And Minnesota has possession, but Thunder making the shot. And here is Jefferson. Thomas is there. Baseline jumper, and Jefferson gets it to go. Here's Westbrook. He's got 18. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Cheryl Miller.
Yeah, during halftime, I spoke with the head coach of the Thunder. According to him, the team is headed in the right direction. They found a way inside and have been scoring in the paint. There's no question it's definitely had a huge impact. Now back to our play-by-play analysis. Kevin and Clark?
Thank you, Cheryl. Minnesota calls timeout. Brewer is in at small forward. Oklahoma City on D. Love backs him down from short range. The shot misses, so Oklahoma City will take it the other way. Here's Westbrook.
That was ferocious. And he hung on the rim as if to say, your basket is my basket.
And so here's Minnesota.
Hoping to force some turnovers, they switch to the half-court track.
Stolen away by Durant.
When someone's being that careless and sloppy with the ball, they're begging for it to be taken. They've been scoring almost at will every trip down. The lead just keeps on growing.
The Timberwolves really have a tough one to go here. Here's Jefferson, connects from in close. 8 points for him. Here comes Westbrook, 20 points for him. Collison drains the graceful reverse layup. Nice bucket by the 7-year veteran out of Kansas. Minnesota with the ball. Here's Flynn, and that one's good. Here's Westbrook. 31 seconds left in the third. Seconds to shoot. Fouled as he went in for the jam. The D saved the dunk, and he'll shoot free throws.
Well, the D is lucky he missed. He came real close to an and one.
And he makes the first one. Some changes for the Thunder. Gets them both. And so here is Minnesota. It's stolen by the Thunder.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far too many turnovers right now.
The steal by Ali. The break is on. The shot will not go. We have just finished the third quarter, and it is a blowout. The score, 42-16. Russell Westbrook has played his heart out. 20 points and 4 steals. And it's the Thunder with the ball. And Clark, when you see the kind of plays where they're unable to run their offense, as a coach, you start getting concerned.
Oh, without question. I mean, you run these half plays set up, you know your players can run them, and then they throw the ball away. You don't like to see that. They're not concentrated, trying to make a play, but it's about court awareness, understanding not only where your teammates are, but where's the defense. You've got to be able to understand and see both.
Good for the three-point play.
And Kevin, you know, thinking about Russell Westbrook and looking at his college and pro career, this is interesting. This guy is a major. Great D leads to easy offense.
And so here is Minnesota. Knocks it loose. Here's Westbrook all alone. Graceful finish. He's got 27.
Kevin, Russell Westbrook was the player of the year, the defensive player of the year in the Pac-10 as a sophomore. And plays like that show you why.
And Minnesota has possession. Wilkins can't put an end to the run.
They're putting bodies on bodies and cleaning up the misses.
Yeah, they're winning definitely the inside matchup right now. Nice shot, but what an assist by Cephalosha. Coach Walker wants a timeout. They trail by 35. 1:59 left in the fourth. Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, I had a moment to speak with the head coach of the Thunder. He wants his squad to focus on pounding it down low. He said, dunks and layups, guys. That's what we want. We'll see if they can get it to the rim. Guys?
Thanks, Cheryl. Oklahoma City on D. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. And as we were saying, they're doing a great job blocking out there.
You know, Kevin, rebounding is a lot about blocking out and positioning, but it's also about timing and pursuing the ball. And you've got to do all of those things in order to come up with rebounds.
That's a good point. He completes the three-point play. And Minnesota has possession. Here's Jefferson. Laid in with the D draped all over him.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Got a hand on it, stuffed it, and grabs the rock. The one-man stop by Jefferson. Here's Wilkins, goes up, lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Durant drains it from short range. They're ahead 56-22. And so here is Minnesota. Here's Flynn, sinks it from the high post.
They needed this run sooner. I don't think they have enough time left to stage a comeback now.
Here comes Westbrook, 30 points in the game. Flushes it with the one-handed jam.
Right on the verge of victory now. They don't need much more than to just take care of the basketball.
The Timberwolves call timeout here and take their last 22nd timeout. They're trailing by 34. 50 seconds left in the game. And here is Jefferson. He's got 10.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
And here are the Thunder now. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Ollie inside. Finishes with the soft touch.
They're leading by double digits. And I'd say this game is essentially done.
And so here is Minnesota. Wilkins. Mullins yanks it down inside. And the Thunder with possession. To Green. In close. Graceful finish.
Way to close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
And so here is Minnesota.
Kevin, not much they can do right now. Time is not on their side.
Jefferson. Here's Flynn, deflected. The Thunder cruise to a win as they blow out the Timberwolves, 62-26. Russell Westbrook is the Jordan Brand player of the game, and some solid numbers.
Boy, he took it hard to the rim. So demoralizing to a defense, Kevin, when a guy's flying in there, dunking it at will.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports.